Hello, Facebook ads people. I'm Konstantinos, and this is the Facebook ads breaking news podcast. Hello, guys. Another podcast, podcast number 72. Today we're going to focus mostly on your questions and stuff. Some things that happened the previous week. Thank God we didn't see crazy things happening. But I must say that we had a very good Sunday and Monday across all the other accounts. I believe that Monday or Sunday, I don't remember exactly the day. Maybe it was one of the best days of the year so far. It went really well. Before I start the podcast, one of my friends, Michael, sent me a message here about an outage yesterday. Yesterday, I've seen some of my other accounts, small ones, having zero sales, which is crazy, like spending 200, 300 with zero sales. I don't know if there was an outage, but he sent me this message over here. We couldn't confirm your account, so it has been disabled to protect your personal and financial info. If you think this was a mistake, you can request a review, and then you go and the other account is not disabled. And he told me that he sees other people also on Reddit talking about it. I haven't seen any outage yesterday, or I don't know anything about it. If you have any comments about it, guys, let us know. Now, let's move a little bit on... as we said, okay, the days I believe that we're recovering a little bit. It's doing better and better. One thing that I noticed from your comments from my last video that I did on Monday is that I have seen that a lot of people Monday or Wednesday, I don't know, maybe on Wednesday. I have seen that many people, you don't have the option of multiple ad sets on an advanced plus campaign, advanced plus shopping campaign, let's call it, so that you can understand, because I understand that some of you're confused with advanced plus campaign. So we'll try to call them advanced plus shopping campaigns from now on. So I realized that not many of you have it, but I can see it across many accounts. I don't know if this is a change that is going to stay there forever. They said at the end of the June, all these changes are going to roll on all our accounts, so we will just have to wait and see. But for sure, I uploaded a video with some tests that I did, and ABO was working far better compared to CBO, Advanced Plus Shopping campaign. If you don't have that and you just have ABO, you're lucky because you have the previous campaign style, which is working really well also now across my accounts. Now, one thing before we discuss about summer, I have seen that in my previous podcast, the things that I said about other people that they do Facebook ads and stuff, that we do agree in a lot of things. I haven't seen a single comment of disagreeing of what I said about others, but I would like to ask you, all of you, not to drop names on the comments, because I don't want the drama with other people. Right now, nobody bothered from them, so that's good. Let's leave it there. We're going to continue doing whatever we do, and they can do whatever they want to do. Yeah, so let's not drop names. Let them do their thing. I'm going to continue showing other accounts with screen sharing and everything instead of print screens, and they can do whatever they want. Let's not do it personal with dropping names and stuff, and let's leave it there. And I will try, unless if they enrage me another day again, I will try not to mention it again, because for me, the most important thing is that at least the audience that we have on this channel, we are agreeing on the basic things, and we're on the same page. So there's no point of saying things about them all the time. We said it once, we cleared out who we are, we agree, and let's move on. Not because I'm afraid of them, I don't give about them, but just because I don't want to make it personal, and then I will have to answer and do all of these things again and again, and I don't want to do it. and I don't have the need of doing it. Last thing before we go to the questions. Summer. We do have summer right now. In 2 days we have June, and the thing is that on the previous summer we had some very good results on July and August, and I think that in the platform right now we need something like that for the results to improve and actually scale some businesses. The next thing that I want to point out here is that it is a summer that's going to be crucial because we will have to see what kind of spends we will have to the ad accounts and everything before the elections on the United States on September, October, that we're going to see a lot of ads coming and the CPMs skyrocketing. So I'm going to give extra attention to this summer and to the ad accounts. And the other thing that I have to say is that a lot of times and a lot of companies that I see, they have some problems on summer because of AOV. So if you're selling a t-shirt, for example, on summer, you're selling a hoodie on the winter, so you're having better AOV. So for all of you that you are running ads, be careful your AOV numbers and try to see if you can have a way of having the same AOV that you have on winter, have it also on the summer period. That's all. Let's go to your questions and let's start answering. Hey Konstantinos, congrats for the baby, thank you. If I have a product with clearly different angles that can be exploited, is it better to separate all the creatives in different campaigns created for each angle? What about if the pixel is relatively new and it's not very clear yet which angles work best? Thanks. So you have two options here. With the way that you phrase it, you have only one option, but if you have a trained pixel, you have two options. If you have a trained pixel and you want to use it for scaling, then you have to separate the angles, okay? But if you have, if you haven't found any success yet and you're trying to find success, then what you can do is you can mix them all together and to try to see which one is going to be the best. It depends on which stage you are. If you're in the stage that you're just trying to find something which is working, all together. Doesn't matter if you split them, just to be cost efficient also. And because you care about success on one ad set even, not on all of them. If you have some success in some established campaigns, just separate the angles and do another campaign with different angles because you're trying to find more hot pockets and more angles in order for you to scale. So it depends on which situation you are. Let's go to Judith. Hi Konstantinos, I have two burning questions, please. Hi AOV, I think Judith made also a question that she was giving me options. Yeah, one, strongly disagree, two, disagree and stuff, but we will go there later. Hi Konstantinos, I have two burning questions, please. High AOV orders happen because it's a good sales day today, or that ad found a high value hot pocket. Which one is it? For context, I ask because I see high CPAs with good ROAS because of high ticket orders. Before we go to the second part of the question, I need to explain something about the AOV. I have several brands and it makes sense because right now on Facebook, if you have high AOV, you have better chances of succeeding as a brand. So I have several brands with high AOV. Some of them even on 1,500, 1,000 per order. The truth is, if you're selling something for 1,500 and that's it, okay, but if you sell items and the AOV goes to 1,000 in average, that means that you can have an order with 50, but you can have an order with 3,000. Then I can tell you that I have observed in these ad accounts that when an ad set starts with a small price order, it continues like that. It will never have a higher price one. But when you see that it's starting with a good AOV or high AOV, then it continues having this kind of high AOV orders. So yes, I think it's a hot pocket thing, even on trained pixels. Ad sets inside the same campaigns that they get small AOV, they continue with small AOV. That's why a lot of times on these accounts, I'm taking this into consideration into my optimization. So even if the cost per acquisition is correct, even if the number and volume of sales is okay, I do check the ROAS because in these ad accounts the AOV is actually very important, and I'm trying to keep the ad sets that they have high or decent AOV so that it's not going to ruin my average ROAS. How many ads would you kill on an advanced plus campaign, advanced shopping campaign? For example, in $100 crazy method campaign with 10 ads where the 5 top ones have no conversions and there's a 6th one with 2 conversions at a low CPA. Would you let it lead even when it wasn't Facebook preference, or simply relaunch the campaign? Let's explain something about the smaller spending ads. A lot of times you see me on the optimization that I do on CBO and advanced shopping campaigns to actually care about the leading ad, because the leading ad is the most important ad, or the leading ads, not just the one, but the ones that they take the biggest spend. Just to be clear, for example, and just to make an example over here, okay? So if I have, okay, so let's go back to our example. I had to fill in my fountain pen because it wasn't writing, but now it is. Yeah, it is. Okay, so let's say, for example, that we have one campaign over here that it's operating with $200, okay? And it actually has 5 ad sets. And let's say that we have ad set number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And let's say that the ad set number 1 and 2, they are the leading ones, and both of them together, they are taking 150. Okay, and then you have the other 3 taking 50. The ROAS that you're getting on number 1, let's say that your break-even ROAS is 2, and the ROAS that you're getting on number 1 is 1.5, the second is 1.3, and then you're getting on 3, on number 5 you're getting 0 sales, okay? On number 4 you're getting, let's say, a sale, you're getting 4.5 ROAS, let's say, and 3.2 ROAS on number 3. So what do we see here on this kind of structure, okay? We see that we have $200 as we mentioned over here. We do spend across 5 ad sets, okay? I'm just trying to create an example over here. And we can see that the leading ads that they take the 150, they have 1.5 and 1.3, which is ROAS that we don't want. And then we see one of the smaller spending ones, the 3 and the 4, with the 50 spend to get 3.2 or 4.5 ROAS. This is an example that happened several times. That's why it's very clear to my head. I have seen this happening. The big question here is this: if I close the number 1 and 2, I'm liberating a budget of 150. Does this mean that my 3 and 4 ad set, which are having very good ROAS, are going to continue having good ROAS? The answer is no. Secondly, if I spend only 50 with 3 and 4, does it mean that they're going to continue having 3.2 and 4.5 ROAS? The answer is no, because right now they are in a situation that you're spending 200 and they are taking the leftovers, the 50, and they have this kind of results. But if they were going to start on their own, spending since day one the 50 without anything else over there, without any other ads taking budget and just liberating a small amount of these ads, they were not going to have these kind of results. This is what I want you to understand. You need to watch the ROAS and you need to watch also the spend in order for you to take decisions. If your leading ads over there, they are not getting, as you say, your leading ads are not getting good results, then you can close them and just see what is going to happen with the rest. But don't expect from the other ads that they have very good ROAS just because they have a very small spend to actually keep giving, even keep giving the same ROAS. Even if you go and you lower the spend from 200 in the example that they gave you to 50, if you're a beginner, or if you want to do it, just watch the video back and just write it down so that you can be able to see it and understand what I'm talking about. Even if you lower the budget to 50, it's not going to give you the same results, because it's giving you this kind of results because these ad sets are part of a campaign that somebody else is spending 150 and they're just getting some good results with the leftovers, the extra 50. I hope that it makes sense in the way that I explained it and you will understand it. Next one. Hi, We all know the newer accounts will have hard time because they don't have enough data. So low ROAS, sometimes not even sales at all. This is not true. If you're starting on a new ad account and you have zero sales, you have to be worried. I just started a new ad account for one of my clients in another country, and okay, we have very bad results, but we have sales. Okay, so profitability is another discussion with a new pixel. Having zero sales is a big problem. It doesn't mean that your pixel is going to get. First of all, if you have zero sales, how is it going to get trained? But having some sales is important. It gives you credibility that the product is actually working. You cannot just go from zero sales to having profitable sales. Okay. What do you suggest in these other accounts to get data with cheapest cost, especially in the target account, if the target account is expensive like the USA? Also, here you say, for example, do a campaign with different goal, not sales, for cheaper traffic, like optimizing for add to cart, so the algorithm knows the audience. No, the algorithm is going to get the algorithm. Your pixel is going to get trained in bad junk traffic. If you have some chances of getting sales with purchase events, if you do other events, you have even less chances. So it doesn't work like this. Maybe it can work in very small countries, but here it defeats the. I'm not going to go even into that. Yeah, let's leave it there. It's a very rare situation, so I'm not going to bother analyzing it. Do a sales campaign optimized for purchase in cheaper countries where the CPM is low. Oh yeah, so do, for example, sales campaigns in Mexico and then try to advertise in the United States. No, it doesn't work like this either, because there are different demographics along the countries and there are different CPMs also. Just because you're going to train a pixel to have sales on Mexico, it doesn't mean that you can jump on United States. Sometimes we even see pixels that are trained in EU not being able to go to United States. Then he says, by the way, you need to do more videos about new accounts because most people search for that. To be honest with you, sorry that I'm going to say that, but I don't care what people search about. I care about the content that I like to do and the things that I find interesting. Secondly, I'm not taking new accounts because of all of these issues. I'm not going to try, and it's not cost efficient for them to pay me an enormous amount of money in order for me to just spend a small amount or whatever and try to find. I have worked in startup businesses that they have spent 100K since month one because they have the budget. This is completely different. But I'm not going to lose my time in a startup that they don't know what is working and try to find it. They can hire someone else who is going to do all of that. I'm here to scale ad accounts. Now, this year, I had some ad accounts from some of my clients that they had previous businesses, that they had other businesses and they started some new startups, and I did work on this and I posted videos this year about it. But yeah, the channel is not so much about new and beginner accounts, but it's mostly about scaling and different, going deeper about the algorithm. People with optimized pixel and data don't search much because they already did the hardest work. You are so wrong about that. These are the ones that they search the most. Okay, and these are the ones that they do need more help, not the other side. Because what people don't understand is that Facebook is going to give you is going to present your product to people, and if your product is good, your funnel is good and everything, then it's going to work. What people don't understand is that they believe that they can have a they don't believe, they believe that they have a good product and a good offer and everything, they just don't see it. Okay, but they think that they will go to Facebook and Facebook just magically is going to give them sales, while they haven't done other things like understanding the prices, funnels, and all of that in order to sell the product. That's why I don't want to work with startups, because they haven't figured it out yet. And yes, maybe you need a channel out there which is going to show you how to start with businesses, what to check, and how to see things from shipping, manufacturers, and everything in order for you to be able to have a successful business. But here we talk about Facebook ads. And for me to just work in another account that I will see that, okay, the funnel is not selling, and what is next? I will tell them, okay, it's not selling, try to fix it, okay? So they will have to go and they will have to do things. I think that new ad accounts and new businesses that they don't have success immediately on Facebook or whatever, they need a CEO more and not someone who is doing Facebook ads, because Facebook ads is just part of it. They need a CEO who's going to check everything and is going to try to figure it out. And I'm not here to try to fix the business of everyone that it's not working already. If it's working and they want to scale, then this is the people that I'm working with. I hope that it makes sense. And no, don't try to sell to other countries in order for you to cut corners and try to sell them to United States. It's completely different from country to country. Even for established pixels on Germany, UK, you go to United States and you cannot sell that easily there, and maybe you will have to do another pixel. Hi Konstantinos, for high competitive product, new account. I tried ABO, CBO with interest and brought the CPM was high. Is there any solution I can try in this case, advanced plus campaign or manual bidding? Again, I'm having the sense that you're not having sales and you're just trying to have sales in a product that maybe it's not selling. The products that are going to work, no matter if the pixel is good or bad, they are going to have some sales initially. They're not going to have zero sales. Also, you're talking about CPM, so you don't talk about sales. I don't know if you had any sales. If you have very high CPMs with interest, you cannot go to Advanced Plus, which is going to have even higher CPM for broad targeting. On the other hand, test everything and just compare the CPMs and see which one is the best. Now, manual bidding is going to work if something is already working. If you have a campaign which is working, then yeah, move it to manual bidding to actually try to find more. I watch your videos regarding manual bidding. Don't you think this method is the best for testing? No, it's not the best for testing. It's the best for scaling a little bit. You don't move to manual bidding something that is not working and it's going to work. In general, you need to understand that there are not methods that are going to give you sales when you're not having sales. Okay, if you go right now and you create a campaign, the most stupid campaign that you can think of, okay, and it's a sale purchase campaign, and it gets zero sales, you're not just going to have profitable sales because you did manual bidding or something else. You have to understand that, okay? Everything else that we say about different methods and stuff, it's about scaling. It's not about finding something that's going to work on Facebook. And even if you do find something that works on Facebook, it's not going to be sustainable. Okay, so first you need to solve the problem of having actually something that's working. If the product, the offer, the funnels and stuff is not working, the crazy method, the manual bidding and stuff, it's not going to save you. If the campaign spent without manual bidding, at least you know what it works. If the campaign doesn't spend, that means it is useless. Yeah, okay, it doesn't go like this. It's completely different with it. Next one. Then I tell him, hi, if you tried broad and interest and CPM is high, by the way, high compared to what? Maybe this is the CPM, for example. Try more interest or accept the fact that this is your CPM. About manual bidding, in this video you have seen another account that it works. It doesn't work everywhere, and there are other accounts that run normal ads profitably, but manual bidding doesn't work there. Then he says, it's healthy related product and Facebook removed many interests, so I cannot test more. Okay, but this is not... If I'm trying to sell something on the Christian niche, okay, is this something that I can fix, something that I can control, the fact that I don't have any interest? No, it's my decision. If you cannot make it work with this kind of health-related product, move to another niche. Or try to find other sales in another way and then move to Facebook to do lookalikes. What are your thoughts on manual bidding for new accounts? I see everyone hating. Not everyone hates them. You can use them. The problem is that they are volatile, and the problem is that a lot of people talk about manual bidding like, do you know what I don't like? I don't like for people to just go and show strategies to people that they are desperate, and they are going to say, for example, I could have done the same with the crazy method. Other than that, even if something doesn't work, this is the method that's going to work. This is what manual bidding people are doing. They say that this is the only way to run ads, and they say that the only way to be profitable and stuff. No, it's not the way, and I'm having several accounts proving that you can be profitable with other kind of campaigns. It is totally related, especially to newer accounts as yours, to the offer and what you have. Facebook is very expensive. If it's very expensive, you have a problem with your offer. That's what I'm trying to explain. And this is not Facebook's problem. This is your problem. If you don't advertise on Facebook, there's going to be someone else who is going to advertise. So the myth starting to get sales when Facebook knows better your audience and get some data is not true. These are dropshipping bull. Okay. You should have some sales for the first week. If we're talking numbers, what is the red flag? The red flag here, Zaid, is your questions that you are trying to find patterns. Okay, so having a sales on the first week with what spent? Because you say, if I spend that amount and don't get sales, then I should think to stop. E-commerce product selling at 35. How much should I spend to start worry if it's useless to continue? Okay, so over here, we're having a product which is selling for 35. If you're spending 100 per day and you are having 0 sales for 7 days, yes. Then, and you have tried several different things, yes. You have to start getting disappointed and you have to start reevaluating if you're going to move with this product. But there are some people that they tell me, how much money should I spend in order to know if it's working or not? You cannot give a number, because if I tell you 500, maybe you're going to go and spend $10 for 50 days, and this is your 500. For an item, for example, that's selling for 80. Okay, but if you spend these 500 in 5 days, then it's enough for you to know if something can work or not, or if you don't do stupid things like closing your ads in the middle of the day and stuff. Because I do understand that here we're talking about a new product, and most probably the budget is limited. So doing this kind of mistakes, it's really happening. Okay, let's move on. I roasted enough Zaid for today. Let's move on. I saw his video, totally bought it and switched. So I wanted to add this over here because on the previous podcast I have seen this comment and I don't know if she's referring to me, but I want to answer about it. I saw his video and totally bought it and switched my whole account structure to what he recommends, target only broad, and it bombed. Luckily I didn't really lose money, but was basically breaking even. I thought maybe you see the difference here, Zaid. Even by just doing something which was bad, she was just breaking even. This is something that you can say, okay, I can fix that. Okay. I said forget it and switch back to lookalikes and details and multiple campaigns, and my account is back to a lot better. Everything's worth a test, I guess, but it definitely didn't work for me. I know if she's referring to me or referring to someone else, but I have to say this. You should not just follow someone. So if I say something, you should not just follow it blindly and go and change your whole ad account. You should do step by step different tests. Secondly, you have to test everything into your ad account. Even in the way that you tested the broad targeting, it's fine. You shouldn't have done it with the whole ad account, but with the way that you tested it, it's fine, because you know that broad targeting still is not working for you. But this doesn't mean that this person or me, if you are referring to me, we are lying about the results, because broad targeting, it is working. Maybe it's not working for you right now, and the ultimate goal of each ad account is to go eventually to broad targeting so that you can have sustainable businesses for more period of time. Next one. Great video as usual. I don't have a lot of experience with Facebook ads, but I started doing them for my own business web shop. Nice. So I just wanted to ask you about ads within the ad set. For example, if I have 3 ads in my ad set, what should be different between those ads? Again, we fall under the category of what we said earlier. If you want to scale, they need to be on the same concept in order to test it. If you don't have any success, you just blend them all together. Of course, you have to separate videos from images and catalogs. So you need to run catalogs alone, videos alone, images alone. If I understand correctly, I should have 3 ads for the same promotion, but each ad should be from a different angle. Also, yeah, it can be from a different angle to convince people, but this doesn't mean that you can do only 3 videos with 3 different angles. With 3 different angles, you can have the main idea and then create 10 videos with each angle and run their own campaign over there with different hooks and different closing lines and different content in the middle of the video and all of that, based on testimonials or UGC or whatever. Do you have any recommendations or suggestions what the angles should be or look like? This is something that you have to talk with someone who is doing content. bit confused about what should be different in my ads within one ad set. Again, if you have zero success, you can group them all together, it doesn't matter. The second thing that I can tell you on the technical level on the ads, because I'm not doing content to guide you in what kind of content you're going to do, is that you should not mix together videos, images, and catalogs. The other thing is, and very important, don't advertise different products that they have different AOV. So if you advertise one product that sells for 20 and one product that sells for 150, it's not okay to have them in the same campaign. And the last thing is, when we talk about angles, you can have one video, which is the main one, and you can create different variations of that video so that you can do different campaigns. That's the things that I wanted to tell you. Next is with someone who is doing content and is more oriented about content. This is the end of the first part of the Facebook Ads Breaking News podcast. If you don't want to miss the second half of the podcast, where I'm answering all the remaining questions of the week, visit my Patreon page following the link on the description. This was the Facebook Ads Breaking News podcast. Like it or not, it is what it is.